What's up, you guys? It's Kaden, and I am now 4 months on T. This is really exciting because I totally missed the 3-month update. So this is me making up for my 3 months and my 4 months. So I guess we got a lot to catch up on. But honestly, it's mostly just like the same stuff, just accelerated more than anything. So I made a little list here so I can go more quickly than I did last time when I was just going free. But so hair growth has increased in the last 2 months. Last time I mentioned that I was increasing hair growth on my arms. That's true, slightly, but not really. That's not really where I've had the most hair growth. More than anything, I've had the most hair growth on my legs. What it did is it started at my ankle, and then it slowly worked its way up my calf, up to my knee, stopped, but now there's like light hairs on my thighs as well. And it actually was kind of funny because it happened on my right thigh more so than it happened on my left thigh, because my right thigh is where I do my injections every week. So my right thigh is actually slightly hairier than my left thigh, which I think is pretty funny. So that's where I've had the most hair growth, is at my calves and on my thighs. I also have a little bit of hair on my stomach now, not a lot, but I have kind of a happy trail sort of happening a little bit, and it's really nice. I'm really hot now. I know I said last time I was sweating a lot at night, but this is just carried over into everything. I'm always just really warm, and I sweat really easily now. So when I'm taking the stairs up to get my car in a parking garage or something, by the time I get to my car, I'm like, a bead of sweat is rolling down my face, and you know, I'm like panting and shit. It's really embarrassing. And with that, I actually wanted to address, I have stopped double binding, and I haven't double bound in probably about 3 weeks. I stopped having to double bind because my breathing was getting so bad. When I would take the stairs and I'd be like sweating, my breathing would be out of control, and I'd have to be like, and it's just like kind of wheezing and raspy, and I feel like I can't get enough air in my lungs. And I was looking into collapsed lung and, you know, lung compression and rib compression for binding. And because I've been binding with 2 binders for quite some time, it wouldn't surprise me that it actually has had a negative effect on my body. So now I'm only wearing 1 binder. I'm wearing the tri-top binder, so the one that ends right here. I was wearing another binder that went all the way down and to the top of my thighs, and I really liked that it held everything in together, but it was just too much. So I'm wearing 1 binder now. That's been difficult. I'm kind of accepting it now, but the first week that I was only wearing this binder, I felt like when I was walking, everyone could see my hips moving from side to side. I felt like my waist was really prominent, and it wasn't that good. I've accepted it, and I've been looking into top surgery. I set up a consultation with a doctor in Bellevue, and I'll get the name of that doctor, but I have a consultation with him on the 14th of June that I'm really looking forward to, so that I can finally stop binding and just heal, and then I can finally start working out, because I swear I feel like a lazy piece of crap because I haven't worked out barely at all. I have some free weights that I've been doing when I have time and things, but I've just been too hot. I can't breathe, and I don't want to go to the gym because I'm so worried about not passing at the gym. So, you know, that's where that's at. Different topic. My voice obviously has done a lot of changing, and right now it's actually in the process of dropping again. I feel like the way I've noticed my voice dropping, it kind of comes in waves. So it'll be stable for a bit, and then it'll drop. It'll be stable, and then it'll drop. It'll be stable. So right now, it was pretty stable about 2 weeks ago. Now it's dropping again. And that's why it's so like deep and husky and kind of breaking all over the place. I haven't had an increase in hunger. A lot of guys say that they around like 3 or 4 months, they experience a lot of hunger. That hasn't peaked for me. Then again, my metabolism has always been terrible, so it doesn't shock me that that wouldn't be something that I inherit very well. Horniness, that's pretty much the same-ish as when I was talking about 2 months. I'm not experiencing being overwhelmingly horny, like walking down the street or seeing an advertisement or watching a television show or anything like that. I've just experienced an increase in my attraction to my girlfriend singularly. I do notice other people's bodies more often now, and I might linger on it for a second or two longer than I would have. But again, it's not a huge change, at least not yet. So that's where we're at for that. Downstairs growth, I've still been experiencing downstairs growth, and it's been helping a lot with my dysphoria. Now it's not quite so disconnected in my brain. It feels like a little bit more like it's my body. Muscle growth. So obviously I'm still experiencing muscle growth. Not as much as I should be because I'm not going to the gym. But okay, I'll flex for you guys just because why not? But so this is me. Like, it's not that great, but you know, it is what it is for now. And I'll be excited once I can start building some more. My jawline has definitely gotten a lot better. And that's probably my favorite change so far is, well, besides my voice, is my jawline. Because I've always been really insecure about my jawline. I've always just felt like there was too much fat here, that it just made my face look squishy and gross, and I don't know, I hated it. So that's really a good positive change. I smell different now, and I don't know why I find that so funny, but when I started sweating more, my smell of my sweat actually also changed, and now I'm a smelly boy. Like, I have to put on deodorant every morning, sometimes throughout the day, where I never had to wear deodorant before, like, ever. I never sweat, and now I sweat, and I smell, and I just feel like everyone is like, does this dude know what deodorant is? And yes, I do, and I'm putting it on all the time, but that was an interesting change. And let's see, last thing, emotional changes. I feel like I'm more stable now than I was the first 2 months on T. Not because it's gotten easier, but because now, because I wasn't expecting the change, the emotional swings before. So it completely caught me off guard. Now I'm still dealing with the mood swings. They're a little bit more random. It's not like they happen right before my shot day or anything like that. It's not really trackable. It's a little bit all over the place. I feel like I get more easily irritated, and when it comes to stress levels, I feel like my stress levels have increased a lot. And I can't say this is because of the tea, but more than that, it feels a little bit all-encompassing. And when I'm upset, it's really difficult to think outside of that emotion. And I know that seems pretty straightforward, but I've been in therapy and most of my life, and I've been handling my emotions more or less properly the last couple years, and you know, the last couple months have been difficult because I don't feel as in control. It's all coming at me. But overall, it's been really great having all these changes happen these last couple months. I actually have some big news. About 2 weeks ago, and it was a Thursday, I got pronounced correctly for the very first time by a stranger, and I was so stoked. I was at a pizza place with my cousin. They were asking him a question, and then they turned to me and they were like, oh, well, let me get his order. And they're like, what do you want? And I had to restrain myself from like freaking out right there and then, because it was the first time that I've ever heard anyone use male pronouns for me without me having to ask. So I'm just really excited. It's been amazing so far, like seeing all these changes. and I look forward to sharing them with you as they keep happening. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.